What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to break down what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for as time progresses. I'm also going to talk about some very important levels on Tesla, SPY, Nvidia, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. What's going on with the news affecting the markets thus far, what you should be watching for this short trading week. But before I bring these down all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I'm firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. So anyways, let's break down what's happened to the market so far. We're still very, very flat. I also want to note that I'm recording this at 5 o'clock in the morning right now, at least for my time. So I apologize if I'm speaking kind of quietly, if it sounds like I'm whispering. But anyways, I just want to get this done with, and I still want to provide content even if it's this early. So looking at the market, SPY's up during the pre-market. We're still very flat. Tesla's up. NIO's up quite a bit. And most stocks out there are actually trying to recover a bit since how they traded on Friday. But the question is, will the market hold up for one more day before we get some kind of sell-off? Will the market try to continue to break out? We're going to be watching some tight levels to get to that answer. Now, I want to remind everyone that we are going to see some volatility possibly at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for today because we have the 3-month and the 6-month bill auction. So in Eastern Standard Time, I'm referring to that time frame, that time zone, we have these auctions coming out, and this could lead to some volatility. So you want to be very careful during that time if you're trading. We will see what this causes, and that's pretty much it for like data coming out for today that could affect the markets. On top of this, futures have been very unchanged. There's not really a whole lot going on with them. They're still quite flat. So we'll be watching them, especially going into tomorrow, because tomorrow, after the market closes, we have Nvidia's earnings, which is going to cause a big move, most likely, for equities in the markets. Now, on top of this, as the market is continuing to hold up, the winning streak still continued, but we're going to be watching to see if this could once again hold up after Nvidia's earnings and after these big catalysts, such as the FOMC minutes coming out for Tuesday, and what happens typically approaching Thanksgiving. On top of this, once again, there was 2 days after OpenAI was stunned the tech world by firing Sam Altman. Right now, AI Boom has a new home, and he's going to be leading an AI team at Microsoft, and we'll see what else happens as time goes on. We're also seeing more developments with these earnings, and then don't forget, this Friday is going to be Black Friday, so it's going to be full of discounts for retailers. On top of that, the CEO of Cruise, a robotaxi business owned by GM, has resigned. That's some new news, and they'll be looking for someone to replace him very soon. So that's it for now, guys. There's not much like insane news coming out thus far, but I'll just break down these levels. What do I see for the charts? So this pre-market is once again completely flat. There's not a whole lot going on. We're just a little in the green. Remember this zone. Let me just change how these lines look. I'm going to make these lines different colors. I'm going to make this one purple. I think purple's a bad color. Let's make it white instead. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So this line up here, this white one's going to be very important. We also have this like 448 zone like right here. Basically, this zone right here is going to be very, very important. 447.5 to 448. It's going to be another zone to watch for. So where you see the two white lines, right? This is our range. We've been stuck here for the past almost 4 days. If we break 452, there's going to be one more push coming, but I still think the odds favor a pullback coming very soon later on. And if we lose this white line below, right, the market's going to start pulling back. That's going to be very close to 448. There is some support at 447.5, but it's not that strong. Should be close to like this 448 area. We'll be watching that very, very carefully. Now, our SPY is still green right now. There's a chance it's going to try to continue to chop up here and hold up for another day or so. There's a possibility of that. Unless we lose 448, I'm going to turn bearish. But just remember, what's going to affect this will be Nvidia's earnings and the FOMC minutes on Tuesday. And we'll be watching that all very carefully to see if this causes some kind of sell-off. For now, we're still stuck in our range, and we might just remain range-bound until we see some kind of new developments. On the QQQ, Invesco QQQ, same thing. we are still stuck in our range. So don't worry about the lines just yet. That was just like a hypothetical situation for tomorrow. We're still stuck between this 387 area and about 383. We've been stuck between there for almost 4 days. If we lose 382, I'm more bearish. If we try to break 388, we could push a bit more. I'm thinking that we might hold up for a bit. So we might try to like hold up for some time, but there could be sellers stepping in after Nvidia's earnings. There's always that possibility. I think we're due for a sell-off, but just to be safe, be patient and see if we break 382. As of right now, we're still range bound. We could hold up for another day or so, but just be patient and we'll see how it goes from there. Nvidia is going to be a big one for this week. It is actually trying to hold up. You can see this trend line right here I had drawn out yesterday is acting as support, and it's not actually respecting this flag anymore. So we don't even have to worry about this. So Nvidia might push higher. We're going to be looking for a push up for 500 if we could try to hold this trend line. We have support at 495. We have some resistance at 498. If it breaks, watch for 500. If that breaks, it's going to be pushing up to higher levels, such as 504, 508, and etc. So we're going to be watching this very carefully to see if Nvidia could push higher. As of right now, it's in that shop zone, but it could make an attempt to go a little bit higher going into this morning. But watch resistance very carefully. Watch support at 495 and see if it holds. As far as Tesla goes, Tesla's looking quite decent. It's a little green, but it's very flat right now. Now, you could interpret this as like an inverse head and shoulders, and we could get a push for like the 240 area. I was talking about that yesterday. I was trying to get a little push on Tesla, but there was a lot of negative news that came out, and we'll be watching to see how Tesla reacts to like 236, 237, 238, 240, and 242. We could push a little higher. We're going to be watching to see if we can push, and if we try to establish the support, because we have some potential to do so. I can actually draw out a support line like this. Might see Tesla attempt to rebound and uptrend a little bit, but remember, after Nvidia's earnings and such, things could change for the stock. So you want to be very, very careful when looking at Tesla and see how this support holds. So far, this support is aligning, and we'll see if Tesla holds this. If we break this, there's going to be a risk of us retesting 230. But as of right now, we're holding up. We could uptrend a little bit on Tesla, try to make our way back up towards 238 to 240, and we will see how it reacts from there. If it loses this trend line, that's when you could turn a bit more bearish, and that's when it could start sinking. Just watch it and be very patient for now. Finally, for Aapl stock, Aapl is still trying to push a little bit. We're at this 190 area. We could kind of like shop around for an extended period of time like this, just go back and forth and back and forth. Unless we break like, 191, then we could turn like more bullish. But for now, I think it's just going to continue to chop. But there is going to be a risk to the downside looking at its bearish divergence, and also looking at the fact that it's just kind of like trading sideways right now. We're still waiting to see how Nvidia ends up affecting it. All right. If we lose 188, I'd turn bearish on Aapl. As of right now, we're still stuck in our range. We could stay range bound for another day or so before we get some kind of sell off later on as time goes on. Sell off would be very healthy, but we'll have to see if Nvidia causes that. This is just a hypothetical situation, but I believe it's going to be range bound between 191 and about 189 for the time being. And then we'll see which way it breaks if it does break in any direction. All right, so watch for some volatility at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see how it goes from there. All right, that's what I have for this one. Thank you all so much for listening, and I'll see you guys once again very, very soon. Thank you, and peace out.